The customs of the Spartans are severe. Every newborn baby undergoes an inspection to ensure it is physically perfect, and any baby found to have deformities is left to perish. Their boys are brought up in a tough and challenging environment known as the agoge, where even a small mistake during combat training results in a severe punishment such as a bloody lip from their own father. At the age of 7, each boy is separated from his mother and sent into the wild to fend for himself until he returns as a man. Even the king must go through this initiation. At the age of 15, the future king, Leonidas, entices a wolf into a narrow passage to kill it and prove his readiness for the throne. After this accomplishment, he returns home to be crowned as king. After many years, messengers arrive to see King Leonidas, asking Sparta to submit to King Xerxes. Outraged by their arrogance, Leonidas kicks the messengers into a well. Despite the looming threat of Xerxes' invasion, Leonidas seeks the favor of the ephors, priests, before sending the Spartan army into battle. He suggests that they repel the enemy's larger army by using the geography of the narrow pass at the hot gates of Thermopylae, rendering the Persians' vast numbers useless. However, the ephors are hesitant and decide to consult the oracle who, in a drugged state, declares that Sparta cannot go to war during the sacred Carnean festival. Leonidas becomes angry and leaves, while the priests receive a bribe from Theron, a Spartan traitor, for giving their negative response. Although Leonidas is hesitant to openly defy the corrupt clergy, his wife encourages him to think outside the box. Leonidas decides to take 300 of his most skilled soldiers as his personal bodyguards, on a seemingly leisurely stroll to the strategically important location at the hot gates. Before departing, his wife bids him farewell and reminds him to return either victorious with his shield or as a fallen warrior carried on it. She also presents him with a necklace as a symbol of her love and support. During their journey, Leonidas and his 300 soldiers encounter some allies who are surprised that the Spartans are sending such a small force. Leonidas inquires about the professions of the allied army, which consist mainly of craftsmen and artisans. He highlights that his Spartan force has more soldiers than they do. As they continue their march, they are joined by Arcadians and other Greeks, and they eventually reach Thermopylae. From there, they observe the approaching Persian army and construct a wall to impede their advance. Although strong storms destroy some of Xerxes' fleet, it only accounts for a small fraction of the immense army that they will confront. A severely disfigured man named Ephialtes approaches Leonidas and warns him of a neglected goat path at the rear of his position that the Persians could use to flank the Spartans. Ephialtes reveals that his parents fled Sparta during his birth to save his life, and he wishes to redeem his family's name by fighting for Leonidas. However, Leonidas explains that each Spartan warrior is an integral part of the phalanx and asks Ephialtes to demonstrate his ability to raise his shield high enough to protect his fellow warriors. When it becomes apparent that he cannot do so due to his physical condition, Leonidas kindly suggests that he assist with caring for the wounded instead. This rejection crushes Ephialtes' hopes. A Persian envoy arrives and notices that the corpses of the previous scouting party have been incorporated into the large rock wall. The envoy boasts that the Persian archers will blot out the sun with their arrows, to which Leonidas and his men respond that they will fight in the shade. In response to their defiance, the envoy's party is promptly attacked and killed by the Spartans. Before the battle, the Persians demand that the Spartans lay down their weapons and surrender. Leonidas defiantly rejects this demand and invites the Persians to come and forcibly take their weapons instead. Utilizing their tightly knit phalanx formation, the Spartans direct the Persians into the narrow terrain, repeatedly repelling their attacks and causing significant casualties. Impressed by the Spartans' combat prowess, Xerxes personally approaches Leonidas and attempts to persuade him to surrender. Xerxes offers Leonidas riches and authority in exchange for his allegiance, but Leonidas resolutely refuses and vows to make the god king bleed. He then turns his back on Xerxes and returns to his army. Disappointed by Leonidas' refusal, Xerxes dispatches his elite personal guard, the Immortals, to engage the Spartans in battle. However, the Spartans remain victorious in their clashes against soldiers and animals from various parts of the Persian Empire, including Mongolian barbarians, Eastern chemists, African rhinoceroses, and Indian war elephants. Despite their successes, some of the Spartan warriors are slain, and it becomes apparent that more losses will follow. Ephialtes, desperate for redemption and seeking revenge against Sparta, betrays Leonidas and the Spartans by going to Xerxes and offering to show the Persians the secret goat path in exchange for a uniform and other rewards. Xerxes agrees but demands that Ephialtes kneel before him as a sign of submission. Queen Gorgo has been attempting to persuade the council in Sparta to send reinforcements to aid Leonidas. A sympathetic councilman offers to help her, but advises her that Theron's support is necessary. Theron agrees to assist her, but demands that she sleeps with him as a condition, and she agrees. At the Hot Gates, the Spartans discover that they have been betrayed and realize that their battle is a lost cause. The Arcadians retreat in the face of certain death, but the Spartans refuse to follow suit. Leonidas orders Dilios to go back to Sparta and inform them of their inevitable deaths, despite his initial reluctance. In Sparta, Queen Gorgo pleads with the council to send reinforcements to aid Leonidas and his brave men. However, Theron, who had promised to help her, accuses her of adultery and turns the council against her. Furious at the betrayal, Gorgo grabs a sword and stabs Theron, causing a bag of Persian gold to spill out from his robe. The council members, realizing Theron's treachery, agree to unite and send aid to the Spartan army. As the Persians close in on the Spartans, who have formed a shield dome, Leonidas stands alone in front of them. Xerxes' general demands their surrender, offering Leonidas the title of warlord of all Greece, but Leonidas refuses. Ephialtes also urges surrender, but Leonidas insults him with a cultural quip. Leonidas drops his shield and helmet, appearing to surrender, but Stelios bursts out of the dome and kills the general. Xerxes orders his troops to attack, and the remaining Spartans are shot by Persian archers. Leonidas rises and throws his spear at Xerxes, causing a visible injury to his face. Xerxes watches as the Spartans are defeated, and Leonidas declares his love for his wife before being killed by a rain of arrows. Back in Sparta, Dilios delivers the necklace to Queen Gorgo and informs her of Leonidas's fate. Dilios concludes his tale before an audience of attentive Spartans, emphasizing that although the 300 Spartans perished, their sacrifice inspired a united Greece to fight against the Persians. He declares that the 120,000-strong Persian army, which had narrowly defeated the 300 Spartans, now faces a Greek army of 10,000 Spartans commanding 30,000 Greeks at the Battle of Plataea. Dilios praises Leonidas's bravery and sacrifice, urging the assembled Greek army to follow in his example and fight with valor. With that, he leads the charge against the Persian army, igniting the Battle of Plataea.